Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we are going to talk about Jenkins configure credential. So let me log in into that in GUI. So for this, just open that in Jenkins, log in with your admin users. And then same, click on the Jenkins, manage Jenkins and configure credentials. So before doing this ones, let's understand what is the purpose of these options. So in these options and why we need, because let's say if you want to do that in doing that in some options is stated that in I need to do some like in global configurations, creating that in that in users and that in other details as well. So click on that in credential sections, and here you will be able to see that in like in a system level or like in a global credentials, which is unrestricted. So you can click on that in add credentials, or you can choose that in credentials over here, and again will you see that in options, click on the add credential, and then you will be see that in options like in add credentials, what like in there is options called username with a password. So let's say why these options will be help it out. Let's say you are using the repository Bitbucket, GitHub, and any other repository where you need a user ID and password. So Jenkins, we have a plugins for like in credentials, which will be just preserve that in your username and password, and password it will be convert into that in asterisk format, and once you'll configure that in a job, then you can use this URL. Similarly, you can use that in GitHub app SSH username with a private key. So if you'll choose that in SSH username with a private key, we'll have a private key options, or like in you can put that in a key, or you can put that in a passphrase. Similarly, if you use that in a secret file, with help of that secret you can like in choose the file and descriptions, so that secret will be read. And secret text also you can put it, and X file to client certificate. Similarly, certificate also you can use that in a certificate, and that certificate use that. So most of the time in a Jenkins, we used to use that like in a username with a password and SSH with a private key most of the in case. So let me go and define that in one username with a password, but we'll not use these ones as of now, but in later we'll do that. So I'm saying that in my username is a just say something. Actually we'll use that in once, we'll do that in actual demo for that. So let's say like in test at, I'm saying that my user is a test, and password I'll set that. We can put that in a test which is visible, and descriptions, let me put that in a test as well. So now if you'll see that ID is coming test, password is not visible, and name, it's still the kind of we have a username with a password. We can put that in a description, so we can put that in again like in setting. So once you'll do this one, so you can come and change the password and other options as well. And if you don't want, you can delete that in, you can update, and you can move that in like in this as well, from that in a system to like in by default it is there, where in like in you can put, and this options is not available. So you can put that in update and delete as well. So now this user is there in the global credential sections, and this can be utilized that in especially in a job. So that's all about in this lecture specific for like in credential sections, where we have added that in one users with a test and password is not visible. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.